Hello everyone. So today I'll be presenting our machine learning project. So our team came up with the idea of employee satisfaction and retention analysis as a topic for our machine learning project. So here's the introduction to the team. Our team consists of two people. One is Ume, I'm a merchant, and other is Rishamuda, that is me. So here's the business problem and our motivation to come up with this. So our objective right now is to identify factors that contribute to employee attrition and predict which employees are likely to leave the company. That's because retaining an employee is easier than going through the tedious process of hiring new employee, training them, and the interview process and all of that. So the key question here is to see what factors are most likely to influence an employee's decision to leave the company. Because by identifying at-risk employees, HR can take proactive steps to address dissatisfaction and improve overall employee engagement and retention. Because, as I said, um, retaining an employee is easier than hiring a new employee, which is more tedious. So, hence, our goal right now is to build a predictive model that forecasts employee attrition. So, we believe that this business analysis can impact has the following impact, that is, it can improve employee retention, reduce recruitment, training, and hiring costs, as I said, and enhance workforce stability. So here's a data overview. The data that we have taken, it has a total of 15,000, roughly 15,000 data points or rows, and 10 columns, of which one column is a target variable. So other columns are satisfaction level, which is employees reported job satisfaction, which is between 0 and 1. This is normally taken through surveys that most employee give on monthly or bi yearly basis. Then there's last evaluation, which is actually employees performance review, the latest performance review. Then the number of projects that employee contributes to, and the average number of hours employee worked per month, and time the employee has been associated with the company, and the work accident, like that is whether or not the employee experienced an accident while at work, and obviously left, which is the target variable of whether or not the employee left the company. And promotion last 5 years is whether an employee received promotion in the last 5 years, and the department that the employee belonged to, and the salary that the employee is currently earning. So here's the project workflow, which is just like any other machine learning workflow. Like we import data set and library, then we clean the data, which is nothing but we see if there are any missing value, or if there are any duplicates, or we basically clean the data. And then there's exploratory data analysis, where we analyze the data, and then finally we build a machine learning model through which we draw some results and conclusion. So here's our analysis. So we found that there's a natural correlation between number of projects and the number of hours worked, which you can see here in the correlation map, that average monthly hours and the number of project has the highest correlation. So we decided to draw a box plot between the number of projects and the average monthly hours. And one thing that we have noticed is there are two groups of people that have left the company. One are the group A, which we categorized as group A, employee who worked considerably fewer hours. These are those employees. So this group might either be fired, or they are in their notice period and hence they are assigned fewer hours. And there is group B, that is employees who work much more hours than their peers. These employees most likely quit due to burnout or dissatisfaction. And one more peculiar thing that we have noticed is employees with 7 projects, each and every employee have left the company. So we can maybe draw a conclusion that we shouldn't give any employee 7 or more projects, because they might quit the company because of burnout or dissatisfaction. So here's the last evaluation and average monthly hours scatter plot, from which we can see that the overworked employees are Also high performers, that is the employees who work longer hours and whose um, performance review has high scores. They are the ones who left the company, and there are this second group of people who don't work much and who left and who have received low evaluation. So basically what we can say is overworked and high performance are the people who left the company because of burnout, and then there are underworked with low evaluation. These employees worked slightly below nominal monthly average of 167 hours, and they received lower evaluation score. Now they might have left the organization either due to poor performance or with dissatisfaction with their role. So, but as we can see, the left has highest correlation with satisfaction level rather than with last evaluation. So, which might point out to the fact that maybe these underworked employees left because of dissatisfaction and not fired because of poor performance. And so here's the correlation heat map, which I just referred. And here are some key insights that my teammate Ume Ayman will discuss from here. And thank you.
Thank you, Rishabh, for sharing your insights. And let us continue with more analysis which we came across after uh, reviewing the data. So, here we figure out that due to longer working hours as well as more number of projects on which the employees are working, this reduces the satisfaction level within the employees. And above all, uh, the extra hours is not getting compensated with bonus or with promotion, and due to this reason, there is decrease in the satisfaction levels within the employees, and satisfaction level has a greater correlation with the target variable, which is whether the employee is going to leave or not. And there's one more key pointer, which is the third one, which says that if an employee is staying with the firm for a longer duration of time, then the chances of them leaving the firm is lesser. That might be due to the fact that once the employee gets an idea on the role and responsibility, they might be more comfortable and continue to stay in the same company. And uh, that is the reason the chances of them leaving the firm is less. And now let's go ahead and look at the model. So before we discuss how we train the model, let's discuss how we are trying to compare and come up with a suitable model for the prediction. And for comparison, we have selected few of the metrics to evaluate the performance. The first one is accuracy. So accuracy is a matrix which describes how correct the model is. Then is precision. Precision strives to answer of all the instances of the model predicting positive, how many of them were actually positive. And a higher precision indicates that there were fewer false positive. uh, Going for the recall is a matrix which tells uh, out of all the actual positive, how many was the model able to predict correctly. And a higher recall indicates that there were fewer false negative. A ratio which includes both precision and recall is F1 score. F1 score selects the perfect balance between false positive and false negative, which is individually taken care by precision and recall. And as F1 score has a connection between both of them, um, we selected F1 score as the best parameter to um, to evaluate our model. Now let's go ahead with model results. Here we tried to consider four primary models to predict our um, target variable. We picked a logistic regression. Logistic regression considers a correlation between the independent variables as well as the target variable. And with that, we were able to come up with an F1 scores of 80%. Then we picked tree-based model, which was a decision tree and random forest, and we were able to come up with a F1 score of 88.7%. Then we considered KNN classifier, and with that we were able to achieve even higher F1 score, which was 91.17. And finally, we selected XGBoost model, and we tried to evaluate the model's performance, and we're able to get the best F1 score using that model. And the F1 score for it was 94.81%. And that is why we picked the XGBoost as the final model for our prediction. Now, after making the prediction and doing all the analysis, we would like to recommend the employers on what all parameters they should consider to make sure that they are able to retain their employees. The first important pointer which we were able to highlight was that the employees should have a limited number of projects on which they are working on, and this will help them to have a proper schedule and and avoid overwork. The other pointer is that they should when an employee is working for a longer duration of more than 4 years, then they should be considered for promotion, and this will help them not to be dissatisfied and seek other opportunities. The other point can be that they should have proper working hours, and whenever they do overtime, they should be compensated with bonuses or extra pay for those hours. This will encourage them to encourage employees to work additionally, and will reduce the dissatisfaction rate. And this idea and this proposal should be discussed within the employee so that they are well aware about the policies of the company. And lastly, we would like to suggest that all the evaluation metrics which are considered should be fair, and all the employees should be given equal chance to grow and to enable those bonuses and promotions. And we hope that after implementing these recommendations, the firm will definitely have higher satisfied employees, and the employees will definitely would like to work with such firm. And with this, I would like to conclude the project. Thank you.